Hey there, you filthy animals, Mr. Dirty here with another episode of Bullshit. Today we're going to be checking out a rice bowl, and this one's coming by viewer request. It's probably the easiest viewer request we've ever had because we already had this in the studio on deck, waiting for its time to be reviewed. So today we're checking out something from old El Paso, and this is their cheesy nacho bowl. So bam, there's the package if you're looking for that in stores. Take all that in. There's our bowl hiding inside. Yeah, it says just add water and microwave, just like all the noodle bowls and the other rice bowls that we've seen, usually on the show. Rice, creamy cheese sauce, tomatoes, and peppers. Try with your favorite tortilla chips. So I guess you could just scoop this out with chips, or throw it into a taco shell, or some kind of tortilla wrap, something like that, if you wanted to, or just gobble it right out of here with a spoon. Cooking instructions on the back have: remove film, add hot, not boiling water, up to, not over, fill edge. Stir until blended, microwave uncovered, high 4 to 5 minutes until tender, and sauce will continue to thicken as it cools. We're supposed to remove this from the microwave, let it stand for 2 minutes, and you can refrigerate the leftovers. Yeah, there's going to be leftovers. So just looking at the picture on the front here, the peppers, I would normally not go near tomatoes, but yeah, it looks like they're just slivers, like some kind of spice in there. They don't look like chunks or anything like that, so I'm not going to be too concerned. Now in the back, these guys are just really trying to cover their own asses. There's a little warning on here. It says, important, do not cook in the oven or toaster oven. Now, what kind of fucking knuckle dragger would do something like that? Got a plastic bowl here. And also goes on to say, do not use bowl for reheating, and because microwaves cook differently, time is approximate. Why even put them on there then? We're just rolling the dice. Let's take a look at the bowl outside of its sleeve before we go doing anything. And alright, so that's what you get inside. Get a nice close look at that. I guess we got powdered cheese mix going on, our rice, all of our dehydrated tomatoes, and peppers. Right, so I'm going to add the hot water, throw this in the microwave. You guys enjoy a nice little jump cut, and we'll come on back and we'll see what we got. Alright, stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. I've got our finished product out of the microwave, and we let it ride in there for pretty much close to 5 minutes. In the instructions, it told us to remove the film, and we did that, but luckily when I put it back in the microwave, I added the water, put it in the microwave, I took a paper towel and I put it over the top of it just in case there was any splatter. And I'm glad I did, because this right here is the actual napkin that I had placed over it while it was in the microwave. Boom, that much splatter upwards coming out of the bowl while this cooked in the microwave. My microwave would be wrecked right now on the inside if I had not put this over it. So they really need to rethink their instructions on microwaving it, especially when the fill line, the level line to put the water to, is so close to the top of the bowl. And they tell you, don't overfill it. Well, that's because you've only got about a 1/4 inch to play with. And this is the outcome. And you can see all the little speckles on there. That is a lot of our tomatoes and peppers that are supposed to be in the mix. They're actually, this side's better. This is the side that was facing down. Bam! All of our seasonings have splattered out onto this paper towel. Absolutely ridiculous. We've had this sitting here. They said to let it stand for about 2 minutes. We've probably been talking for a couple minutes. It's been out of the microwave for a few more. So this has actually been sitting for maybe like 3-4 minutes now. And still very soupy. Very soupy. See how much I can tilt this, but yeah. Look at that. How long does it take for the sauce to thicken? Does it ever thicken? Well, once again, like a previous bowl that we saw on the show, we're dealing with tiny little grains of rice. Nothing like that you would make out of a bag of rice at home. I think I even mentioned that this is coming close to like couscous. It's so small, these tiny little grains of rice. On its behalf, there's still, if you look, there's still an awful lot of tomatoes and peppers left in there. but they would be twice as much if it didn't splatter onto the paper towel, you know, and never really come back from dehydration. Now, it smells really good. It smells extremely cheesy, slightly tomatoey. The overall scent that this gives off is somewhere between Spanish rice and, say, tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich on the side. That's the overall aroma. So, as we've been sitting here chit-chatting some more, you know, another minute or so has passed. It is starting to thicken up now, but really when they say 2 minutes, you know, and you can let this sit here for 6 to 7, and we still have, you know, very soupy, you know, it just doesn't want to thicken up. Anyhow, like I said, it smells good, so here we go. The Old El Paso Nacho Cheesy Bowl. The overall taste isn't bad at all. The rice, tiny little grains of rice, they're tender. You know, they're not crunchy, crispy, nothing like that. The cheese sauce, you know, that flavor is definitely present with, like I said, just like the scent that it had, the slight tomatoey flavor. You can taste hints of the peppers. You can also taste hints of like onion, stuff like that in there. The peppers and the tomatoes, they've puffed up pretty nice. It does have a slight spice on it that puts a little heat in the back of your throat, but that is all in after effect. I mean, as you're eating it, you don't even notice it. It's when you stop and you kind of take a little rest from eating it. Maybe, you know, 15-20 seconds might pass in between bites, something like that, as you're swallowing, and boom, a little bit of heat. And then that only lasts for like a few seconds, and then that's gone. And then you're just left with, once again, like a cheesy, tomatoey kind of aftertaste that's coming off of the sauce here. The nacho cheese flavor that they've got going on here, slightly reminiscent of like Taco Bell. If you get like the nachos and cheese from there, it's like the nacho cheese that comes in a little container. Right, about 10 minutes have passed now, and finally, this sauce, it's finally starting to thicken up. Finally. So I guess on that note, it's the right amount of water, but just their cooking instructions, you have to wait a lot longer than 2 minutes. This isn't just like an instant meal that you're going to be eating in 5 minutes after you've thrown it in the microwave. It's not going to go down like that at all. The only way that you could fix that would be less water, but then the rice would be crunchy. So, like I say, overall the taste is good on this. The cooking instructions are a wreck. It does taste slightly cheap. Like I say, it's kind of got like a Taco Bell aftertaste to it. The portion on this is pretty small. It's going to end up being like a snack or a tide you over until your next meal, something like that. You know, definitely take this to work or school. Yeah, that's probably where this would come into play, but you know, with the amount of time that it takes for the sauce to thicken up, it really comes down to how much time do you have. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give the Old El Paso Cheesy Nacho Bowl a high 3. Not bad. I just wouldn't buy it again. It takes way too long for what it is. It's pretty much just some southwestern flavored cheesy rice. So if you've had this already, let us know what you think. Leave us a message down in the comment section. You can also follow me on Twitter at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.